Howdy folks, as we're only a couple of days away from week 2 of the Battlefield 6 beta, there's definitely a few things to discuss now that we've all had a few days before the servers are brought back online. To start off, and as some of you are probably already aware, it appears that the Recon class will be getting some big changes. Now, I'm not 100% certain if this is in time for week 2 of the beta, but it looks like something like this will be guaranteed at launch, and that's that the Recon class is having its deploy beacon removed, and said deploy beacon will be given to the Assault class. Now, understandably, there's a lot of different opinions on this one, but considering everything is always subject to change prior to the full release of the game, changes such as this might never come to pass, but it's important to voice your opinion during this phase of testing so that the developers can make future changes. But this is something that does seem like it's pretty likely going to happen, and considering that the deploy beacon has always been a staple of the Recon class, the other concerning thing is that DICE haven't clarified if it's going to be replaced with something else entirely. Now, if this is the case and the deploy beacon isn't being replaced by anything, the Recon class simply just won't be viable and will probably be one of the most least used classes in the game, considering that when you play as Assault, you not only have the ability to carry 2 primary weapons, but you also carry an adrenaline injector as your signature gadget to grant you a temporary boost in speed, health and other advantages. So considering this, you could basically run as Assault, carrying both an assault rifle like an M4 and also carry a sniper and place your beacon down for your squad mates, but at the same time too, if we're thinking of some hypotheticals, if everyone on the same team is running around as an Assault with deploy beacons, could it possibly create a bit of an unfair balance in the spawning locations? I don't know, it's just a thought, but seeing as this kind of change is being made with the intention to move players towards using the Assault class, in my own opinion, I personally feel that this might create a bit of an unbalance in the class system. Now, the rebuttal to this is that typically Battlefield players won't just play as one class. There's generally a healthy balance of people who play different classes who will actually play their role, be it as an engineer, repairing and taking out tanks, or as a support, reviving players and keeping squad mates stocked up with ammo. And before it's said, of course, there's always going to be players who don't play their role or even the objective and just farm kills. But hey, look, it's a game, whatever makes you happy. I'm not here to judge, and who even gives a shit about my opinion anyway? But the point is that this kind of change isn't a make or break kind of situation, and especially in closed weapon modes where signature weapons are locked to specific classes, which has always sort of been the unwritten rule of playing Battlefield anyway. Ever since the class system was introduced, people typically played the class based on the weapon category. But the problem here relates specifically to the Recon class, and what will the Recon class receive if the deploy beacon is being removed? Now, we know already that the Recon class has the signature weapon trait of being able to hold your breath to stabilize aim and rechamber faster between shots, and also the auto spot trait so that while looking at enemies while aiming down sights, you can mark them for other players, and also the ability to call in a UAV. But honestly, I feel that if the deploy beacon is being removed, it should be replaced by something that makes the Recon class viable to either use in open or closed weapon modes. I'm just spitballing here, but maybe something like camo netting that you can deploy over yourself to give you the ability to fortify yourself in maps that can maybe stop enemies from spotting you, and also maybe reduce a scope glint by 50 or 60%, so that if you're wearing a ghillie type of cosmetic, it's not just a cosmetic, it actually has a purpose. But again, it's just an idea, and if you can think of any ideas that the Recon class should receive, let me know your thoughts below in the comments, as I would love to hear your ideas. Moving on from that and taking a look at some Battlefield news, the servers will be opening up again for week 2 of the beta from August 14th to 17th, and during this weekend the Empire State map will be included in the map rotation, a map that we seen during the multiplayer reveal trailer and also the multiplayer reveal event a few weeks ago. All week 1 maps will be included, so don't worry, if you missed out on playing the beta last weekend, you'll have the chance to not only play all of the maps from last week, but also all of the week 1 game modes, which will also be making a return alongside 2 new modes, Squad Deathmatch, and also the return of the fan favourite Rush game mode. Now, don't quote me on this one as I couldn't source any information that clarified this, but it's not 100% clear on whether or not the week 1 challenges will be carrying over to this weekend of the beta. So before the question is asked, I don't know, but hopefully they are. But make sure to log in this weekend to also claim some of the week 2 exclusive rewards, which will all carry over to the full release of the game on October 10th. And lastly, and this is definitely going to be a polarized response on this one, but it appears as if the M87A1 shotgun, yeah, that thing that has been the bane of many a player's life for the past couple of days, or maybe has been the sole tool of destruction on the battlefield for many, will be receiving a nerf/balance pass in a future update. Again, it's not clarified if this is going to be in time for week 2 of the beta, or even in time for the launch of the game. It simply says in a future update. So yeah, I'm not even going to begin to get into the debate on this one, I'll leave that up to yourselves in the comments. However, that that's everything for today. As always, if you found today's video helped you out, make sure to smack that like button so that others in the Battlefield community can see this, and if you're new around here and would like to see more Battlefield 6 content from myself, consider clicking the subscribe button. And of course, let me know your thoughts on the Battlefield 6 beta below and what you're most excited for week 2 and also for the launch of the game. Until next time, stay safe out there in the battlefield, welcome to Vault 93, and I'll catch you all in the next video.